Like, I just am not about to sell myself out just to be able to do something. Over 75 cents, over $1. If I want it, I can have it, I can achieve it, let's do it. Even this hat, like I said, I literally made it like 10 minutes ago. And I know you're probably like, well, why you got a hat on and you indoors? Baby, it's fall. Any excuse. Any excuse.
Fast forward to the grown things now. I'm working on them soul things now.
Y'all, I'm so excited. Before we even really get into it for real, disclaimer. My mom is downstairs, so you might hear her talking or laughing or whatever the case may be. So excuse her, okay? I am about to get into my life, like what's been going on with your girl, like I have so much to say. Lancome sent me a couple things in PR, and so did Urban Decay, so that is what y'all are going to be seeing today, mixed with like my other everyday kind of makeup or whatever. I already kind of did my eyebrows. I'm gonna carve them out. This hat I literally made not even 5 minutes ago. And I also made me a bolero. It's basically just like a long sleeve little top thing. Ignore the bra, okay? I keep trying to move it, but you know, woman things. Okay, for concealer, I'm gonna go ahead and use my Born This Way multi-use concealer. Contour is gonna be in the shade Toffee. Under eye is gonna be in the shade Butterscotch. So much has happened recently, and I'm so excited to like be filming again and like talking to y'all about everything, because I haven't really sat down in a while to really like dig into, you know, the things that's Vivian, right? Like, I've been on go. Like, God has really blessed your girl, and I'm so happy about it, because it's just like, girl, I was miserable a couple months ago. Like, I don't know what was going on, but I do know. I was literally going through my like spiritual journey, and so many things were happening in my life, and I was just feeling all the feels and learning all the things, and I finally am happy to be on the other side of happiness, truly, because it's like the most amazing thing ever. For under eye 2, I'm taking the F It I'm Flawless shade 13. This is just going to brighten up the under eye just a smidge. I don't know if you guys can tell on camera. This is a like maybe 1 shade lighter. I've started to like layer my concealers, because layering my concealers just give me the most coverage. And this is the Pretty Fresh ColourPop Medium Dark 120W. I don't know, like the girls on TikTok was like, do the extra highlighting, and I used to be like, nah, that's not for me. And I tried it one day and I was just like, oh, this eats. Like, I'm doing this all the time. So that's what I've been doing. Gotta roll up my sleeves. I ain't trying to get no makeup on. I'm about to go ahead and use Estee Lauder Double Wear 5-in-1 Rich Ginger Foundation. I'm gonna take my Pro Foundation Sephora brush. I really like this brush. This year I will not be participating in the what is it, the Sephora discount, the Rue sale and everything. Baby, I am on a budget and I don't need not a lick of makeup right now. I'll leave like my recommendations down below. Ooh, I need to blend out this contour. If you don't know, I recently became a CEO. I am a sewist. I taught myself how to sew a couple months ago, and that has been amazing. I had my first ever market not even a week ago, I would say, and I have loved every bit of it. Well, I wouldn't say I loved every bit, but I'm grateful for every bit of it. It was a lot for me personally. It's a lot of like mental and physical work for anybody, but especially me being a bigger woman, it was just a lot on my body. I have a video up, and I'm just using a beauty blender. I already like wet it prior. I have a video up already just talking to y'all about my experience, my tips and things like that, so I won't like mention too much because most of it's in that video. I made over $400 and I did not have to like pay any fees or anything to be there. Like, I got in free, and it was just like God really just blessed me with that. And because it was kind of like sprung on me, it was so much that was happening, and I just had to like jump through a few hoops, you know what I mean? But everything worth something takes a little bit of a battle. It's not gonna come to you easy, and it definitely did not, but I'm definitely blessed and happy. Definitely the journey and the experience for sure. Other than the market, I also, why am I trying to talk and carve out my eyebrows? Why I thought that was gonna work out. Hold on. I recently decided to do Vlogvember, and so my birthday is November 1st, if you don't know. And I've been wanting to like kind of do Vlogmas, or like something, not necessarily Vlogmas, but like where I post a vlog every day for a certain month. And I kind of always wanted it to be my birthday, because I feel like it's not as much like competition on YouTube, and most people really aren't like doing anything like that. So at least not from what I have seen. I haven't actually like fully looked it up, but I have been on YouTube for years and like nothing's ever popped up kind of in my recommended. So I was just like, you know what, this year is finally gonna be the year. I'm gonna do it, y'all. I'm gonna do it. So I'm officially announcing it. I'm nervous. I'm not even gonna act like I'm not. It's definitely different for me. I already have literally every video planned out for all of November, and my birthday is in like a week. So I took off of work. I won't go back to work till like after my birthday. So I definitely have the time and the willpower. It's just like having the focus, you know what I mean? And like getting tuned in. And that's like definitely coming. So I'm really excited about that. The problem with me is like, I'll sit down and be filming in different rooms and I can't keep like concentration because all my stuff is like everywhere, and it's just like sometimes it's annoying. But oh, I also already put on my lip plumper for my bottom lip because my top lip is definitely way bigger, and I put like regular clear gloss so it doesn't like clash. But this is a Sephora 01 Outrageous Intense Lip Plumper. I've used this for, I think, since the last sale that I participated in for Sephora Vib sale, and I think that was like maybe a year ago. I don't think it's been a year that long, but I think maybe like 6 months ago, because I think they do it twice a year. But anyway, definitely pick this up. Again, I'll have my recommendations in the description. The crazy thing is, I was definitely supposed to do my eyes first. Like, what is happening? Hold on, I need to get my blush. Hold on. I'm just using this old like Morphe palette. Child, I don't even... Morphe ain't... You know what I'm saying. I don't even use Morphe no more, but because I got it, I'm using it. But it's basically this shade right here. It's like a neutral pink. Oh my goodness. So because I like started teaching myself how to sew, I have been honestly learning how to make so much. Like, this freaking hat made it. Literally bought it at the Goodwill. I made it 10 minutes ago, not even. What in the hell is this in my hair? My hair is crimped, by the way. It's actually kind of cute under this, but I wanted to have an excuse to wear my hat. Like, I've had this hat for longer than I like to admit, and I've like never worn it. And when I did, it looked a mess. Insert clip where the before. Right. This is a ColourPop highlighter. It's a Super Shock. I'm like it hot. I literally just put a little bit. Nothing too crazy. I really don't even be using highlighter for real anymore. If I do, it's like the bare minimum. Like, this is honestly way more than I needed. Teaching myself how to sew has been like one of the most easiest yet challenging things. Like, it's crazy because I'm very like crafty. I really like to learn new skills all the time and do different stuff. Like, that's one thing about me. You put something that I have never done in my face, I'm going to attempt to try to figure out how to do it. And then 9 times out of 10, I'm going to excel at it. And then I'm going to be like, I don't want to do it no more. So my problem is that, like, keeping the skill and like still finding ways to find it, like make it fun. Even for example, YouTube. Even though I created a brand, right? Like, I still wanted to incorporate having a YouTube channel. Like, so now I make brand content, like influencer style content, life advice, same stuff. Is just added more to it, you know what I mean? And that's a big jump. Like, that's different than just only doing makeup or only doing one thing. Like, I'm a multi-talented person, so I can't just have my channel have one niche. Like, it's literally a lifestyle. So that's why, like, I think maybe like a year ago, I switched to being a lifestyle influencer. And so anyway, just now being a CEO, learning that experience, still learning, like having to build relationships with people, having to like find a vendor for my like labels, and you know, keeping my communication line open. Like, you have to really feel people out, you know what I mean? Because when you create a brand, that's your baby. If you're not giving the same customer service I'm giving, then I'm not about to work with you, you know what I mean? So I had to find vendors to find my supplies with, to find my labels with, to find my fabric with, a bunch of different stuff like that. And honestly, it's been a challenge. Like, my label vendor, love her to pieces. Like, she already knows I'm never switching up on her. She's amazing. Like, I've never had labels or seen labels like mine, and I'm so grateful because she hand makes her labels too. I'm so grateful to be able to have like a label vendor, because I literally went through like 8 or 9 different like labels. I'll probably include something up here, and it was just hell on wheels. It was literally hell on wheels. I had to constantly pray. I'm like, God, give me direction. Like, why why is it that every time I like something, literally the next day I hate it? Like, what's going on? And nothing was just really popping out like my vision. So when I finally found someone, it was just amazing. So to like have labels and teach myself how to sew, like I always want to make everything. Like even this hat, like I said, I literally made it like 10 minutes ago, and I'm just so in my like, if I want it, I can have it, I can achieve it, let's do it, let's get it. I don't really dwell on, well, it's gonna take too long, I don't have this, I don't have that. Like, I'm all about just making it work, you know what I mean? Because time is short if you let it be. But I feel like time is sometimes long. And I know some people be like, well, life is short. I don't necessarily feel like life is short. I feel like life is long, but it can be short if you sit in the same thing for too long, which kind of sounds like the same thing. But to me, I don't like saying that, so I don't say that. So y'all saw me just use this Hypnos palette by Lancome in the 01 French Nude. It looks like this. It has like a bunch of different neutrals. I like this palette because it's like everyday, and all I did was use the brown right here. And then like this is like the perfect daytime to like nighttime palette. And none of this stuff is sponsored, by the way. I just got the stuff in PR and I wanted to use it, and I told y'all I was gonna use it in the video. So here we are, and I am a woman of my word. So yeah. Come on. Okay, so I'm using Space Cowboy. This is the shade. This is like a, I want to say like pressed shadow. Number one, I'm loving the packaging. The clear, stop. This is what it looks like. If my nails are dirty, do not judge me because it's not real dirt, and I've been cleaning my nails all day. Don't come for me, thank you. So because I already put that like brown on, I'm kind of going for like a soft glam look today because I didn't want to like, when I be doing my extra looks, it's been a while, number one. But when I do them, it just be a lot and I can't like focus in like film content. So yeah. And I'm just putting this on my lid. Like I wanted to look like I took out the time to do a lot, but I really didn't. I had to switch like main vendors, y'all, for my business, and it just really sucked because it was really not a good experience. And I have been shopping with this vendor for years, back when I first started YouTube. So not even, I want to say like 9-10 years ago. I've been rocking with them for so long, and lately, like this year, every time I would come in, I kept experiencing dealing with this like racist lady who worked there. And what was going on was, every time I got like something small, like a zipper or like a drawstring or whatever, they would always up the price. Like they would have these tags that had the price on it. So when I would go to check out, I would always see the lady change the pricing. So I would always ask her, I'm like, oh, well, hey, that's supposed to be on, you know, not on sale, because none of it was ever on sale. But I was like, hey, that's supposed to be 75 cents, or that's supposed to be $2 or whatever. They would always argue me down. And, you know, I'm just like, okay, never gave them attitude. It just was like irritating, because if your price is your price and that's what's listed, as a customer and as a business, you should be honoring what you're showing me. And every single time like something like this happened, the lady always had a nasty attitude, and it just like irritated me so bad, to the point where it happened 4 different times. And this last straw, I was just like, it's okay, you don't have to worry about it. Like they literally got the manager. I had got like $63 worth of stuff, and I was just like, actually, I don't want none of it. Don't even worry about it anymore. And the manager never apologized. The initial lady was screaming at me. Hold on. Baby, when I be chatting, that throw be dry. But yeah, the initial lady was like screaming at me about like, it's the same thing. So basically what ended up happening was, I'm just using some rose water from Trader Joe's. I literally had like a couple of different things and some fabric. And so basically what the issue was, I picked up something, I can't remember what it is right this minute, but it was 75 cents. And I got one, oh, it was drawstring. So I picked out 2 different drawstring types, and I got a yard of drawstring. Now they were 75 cents a yard, right? So she's ringing me up, whatever. And they have a display where you can see like the itemized portion, right? And so I'm like, hey, those marked $1. She marked one of them $1. They're the same price. She marked one of them $1 and one of them $1.50. 75 and 75 is $1.50. Why is my total coming out to be $2.50 for something like that? You know what I mean? Like, every single time I come, I'm having to correct y'all on the price. I'm asking something about it. You're constantly catching attitude. And it was just this one lady. There were like 4 or 5 people who only worked up front, and problem after problem after problem. So I'm like, okay. So as she's ringing me out or whatever, and I'm telling her about it, I'm using this is the NYX brown eyeliner. It's literally just a shade brown, and I use this as lip liner. This looks crazy, but trust the process. So I'm talking to her, whatever. She's mashing the keys. It's the same thing. Da, 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 da. And I'm like, well, that's 75 cents, and this is also 75 cents. So she's like, it's the same thing. That's a whole $1 difference, babe. And the thing is, it's just the principle behind it. It's not about the money. It's about the fact that every time I come up in here, you basically scamming me, and you're okay with that. And then when I address you on it and I call you out on it, you don't seem to care. And then when the manager comes over, she never apologizes. And she even agreed. She was like, yeah, I do. Because I was like, I'm here all the time. Like, I literally never give y'all problems. But every time I come, this lady is always giving me an issue. And I was like, I don't even want to get, like, this stuff. I was like, I was getting, like, a portion of it because I had a custom order at the time. And I needed to pick up some things for it. And so I was like, okay, I don't want this extra. I'm not about to spend my hard-earned money, you know what I mean, trying to buy something when I don't need to. I need this stuff, so let me get this stuff. She's like, okay, what happened? She's like, yeah, I know you're always here, blah, 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 blah. And then she's just like, well, yeah, you have to pay for everything once it's cut. Never apologize. Then ask the lady in front of me what happened. The lady screaming at her, and her like, then on top of that, the lady who was giving me a problem was talking about me in her language, because I asked to speak to somebody else, like, because someone else checked me out. She was just so freaking rude and just over the top for no reason. I just told the manager, I said, it's okay. I don't want nothing. Don't worry about it. I said, y'all are literally about to lose a customer. Like, that's crazy. Over 75 cents? Over 75 cents. Over $1. That's what you're telling me right now. Child, so now I'm on the verge for a vendor. So if you know anyone who sells like buttons, zippers, thread, fabric, in the Atlanta area preferably, or Beaufort area, please reach out to me. Let me know, because I'm looking and I definitely need somebody, and I can't run my business without a vendor, babe. Like, but one thing about me, I will figure it out. If you're going to be disrespectful, if both parties are not going to be able to get their point across without yelling and disrespect, then I'm done. It doesn't matter who you are. I don't care if I don't have another vendor. Like, I just am not about to sell myself out just to be able to do something. I don't think that makes sense for me and who I am. But it was just crazy, and it was the most stupidest thing ever, and I almost let it like irritate me. And then I was just like, you know what, God, what you have for me is for me. I can't stress about it. What's meant for me will find me, and it'll be fine. I will be able to get a vendor, love the vendor, they love me, and even have like a more personalized relationship with them, like I do with my like label vendor. What? My mama is outside, child. Anyway, so that's that on that part of things. I just did not like that experience, and it just really almost shook me up, because people can just be outrageous. And if the lady would have just, the manager, if she would have just like apologized for the lady, I still would have like been able to shop with them, and I just would never let that lady check me out again. You know what I mean? But the fact that the manager just didn't really seem to care showed me that she teaches her employees for something small that people would not really notice to go ahead and just change the pricing. Why are you having stuff for 75 cents and every time I come, you bumping it up to $2, or you're telling me, no, last time it was the same thing? Mind you, I've vlogged a lot of times while I've been in there, literally checking out, and it's in like my like video footage of them telling me the pricing of one thing and it's being something else the last time. My best friend has come with me, and she's like, no, because she remembers a lot more than I do. And she was like, no, Like, in general, she remembers a lot. And she was like, yeah, you're right. Like, the pricing was da-da-da-da, and last time it was different. I'm like, I know. Because this is about business at the end of the day. I'm going to remember how much I'm spending, what I'm spending it on, what their prices are, because they were more on the affordable side. Like I said, they didn't really have, like, sales. So, it was just crazy, y'all. And then Urban Decay also sent me this, like, miniature Urban Decay all-nighter setting spray. And I used to have all-nighter setting spray. I didn't really feel like it worked at some point, and then when I stopped using it, I did see a huge difference in like my makeup lasting. And so I feel like this does work. You just have to layer it as you do your makeup, just kind of like with any setting spray. I feel like back in the day we was just all using setting spray completely wrong. I'm also about to set my under eye with my One Size powder. This powder is literally amazing. It's just so lightweight, and it does not alter or change like my concealers or my foundation. And one thing about me, I use my exact shade when I do my makeup. Like, I know some people will either go lighter or darker, and then their like powder will kind of fix it for them. Not me. I need my stuff to be basically true tone. Like, make it 100% translucent. I don't want no changes to what I look like. I took the time to build this face, so you need to keep this face, okay? I think it's like $30 or $40, and they do sell this at Sephora too. But when it first came out, I kid you not, I bought like 4 of them. I didn't care because I love Patrick. Like, when Patrick Star is the owner of One Size, if you don't know, and he had a collab years ago, which I say this all the time. He had a collab years ago with MAC, and he came out with this like mineralized powder. Baby, I still have that powder. That's how good it is. So I made sure when he made his own line, I said, oh, you ain't gotta worry about it. Let me get 4. I'm using the Lancome. What mascara is this? Idol Lash. I think it's like in the shade Black is Black mascara. Oh, I need to put some. Never mind. Hold on, not yet. I think it's black. Ooh, this is also by Urban Decay. Oh my gosh, this is my first time ever having like Urban Decay liners, like especially and it's black. Is this a pencil sharpener? No. Okay, I thought it had a sharpener in it. Y'all, I'm about to see. Is this blue or black? It's called Perversion. I want to say it's black. It's 24 hours and it's waterproof. And honestly, like when I wear liner under the eye, I try not to do too much, especially with black. I just wanted to like pull it together. It's very, very creamy. Like, I don't know if y'all could tell, but I'm barely putting any on. Oh, I be feeling like I just look so weird when I do this, but then it's like once you put everything together, it just looks so bomb. Then y'all, when I was at the market, I met somebody. Child, these little boys trying to be man, honey. This man, when I first saw him when we first met or whatever, I wasn't sure if he was like trying to talk to me or if he was just being friendly. So at the time, I was trying to find my sister's car. And so anyway, fast forward, he basically was just like, oh, what do you do? Blah, 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 blah. He wasn't a part of the market, but he worked somewhere that was like where the parking was or something like that. I won't get into details for obvious reasons, but so he was like, okay, what's your Instagram? So I'm like, okay, he could have asked me for my number, he didn't. So I'm like, okay, maybe he's, you know, maybe he got a girlfriend, whatever, because I ended up telling him what I did. So he was like, do you do custom orders? So I'm like, yeah, because I do, but I don't, right? It just depends on what kind of order they want and things of that nature. Like, it just depends. The person who makes this does not make this anymore. I'm so sorry. But an alternative that you can actually buy is the Beats Cosmetics. What is this? This is the shade Skin Tight. There's another one. I don't know what it's called. This one is a little bit lighter than this one, but you just have to find something that's like a pinky neutral kind of thing. Like, this is kind of light, actually. Yeah, that's actually too light. I'm sorry. But I just do a little bit just to like give it some flair, you know? Yeah, so me and the dude was talking or whatever. To be quick with it, I was basically like holding the conversation through Instagram. He ended up like kind of transitioning from business, because I was just straight business in the DM, and then he was just like, oh, you're amazing, and da-da-da-da-da, whoop-whoop-whoop. And I'm like, oh, okay, like, how am I amazing? Like, he just met me. What did I do that was amazing? Mind you, I looked a mess. So I'm like, okay, you're giving me this fake ass compliment, like, with no, like, backup behind it. Like, I don't like when guys are, like, complimenting you to death and they think that that's supposed to do something. Like, I saw how I look this morning, like I do every morning, and so I know I look good. Whether I look a mess or don't look a mess, I'm still not ugly. And so a lot of times, of course, someone could take that as like being conceited, but it's like, no, I just know who I am, how I am, and I'm confident in who I am and what I want. And so first red flag for me was just him. In person, he said he was 25. Then in the DM, again, I'm carrying the conversation. So I asked him after a while, like, how, like, I don't know what I asked him, but something. I think he asked me how old I was, because I asked him in person how old he was. And he said 25. Mind you, I'm about to be 30. I mean, not 30, Jesus. I'm about to be 29 next week. So I'm like, oh, okay, you know. He seemed mature, so I wasn't like, ooh, you know. He asked me how old I was or something like that. So I know how old he was because I remember from him telling me. But I ended up asking him, I think, again, just to, like, get him to talk more because he really wasn't saying too much. So I'm like, okay, well, maybe he's nervous, whatever. Y'all, this little boy, this man, first red flag, he was like, he's 26. In person, he told me he was 25. How you a whole year, you know? Like, normally, that would not be a major issue, but in my experience, it's an issue and it's a red flag. Because, you know, maybe you meant to say 26, because I do that. Like, if you just had a birthday, I'll say the previous year on accident sometimes, and if you're meeting somebody pretty quick, then, you know, you'd be like, oh, wait, never mind, no, I'm not. But he had like a 5-minute, 10-minute conversation with me, trying to help me find my car, different things like that. So you had enough time to realize, wait, that's not my age. So when we're in DM and he didn't even acknowledge that he said that he was 25 in person, it was just giving like, this ain't making sense. So I'm holding the conversation. He's saying, oh, I'm amazing, blah, 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 blah. So I, you know, end myself off the internet for the night because it was like day 1 of the market. So I had to prepare for day 2. Girl, I'm not about to sit up late at night talking to that man. I don't know you. And even if I did know you, that's disrespectful. What I look like taking out time to talk to you outside of my sleep schedule? Baby, if you want to talk to me, you ask me on a date and we can work on that way. And if you don't do that, then what you want me to do? So anyway, I wake up the next morning. I get prepared or whatever for the market. I think I check my DM by the time I get to the market. And he's like, he messaged me at like 10 something. I was already asleep the night before. Then 2 hours passed by and he was like, hello, are you, he was like, hello, are you asleep? I'm like, what? And he was like, oh, well, you probably did have a long day, something, something, something. Number 1, that second red flag. Why are you, like, sir, calm down. You're being a little thirsty. Maybe he just likes to communicate. Like, I'm like that. Like, sometimes, like, if we already knew each other, then that wouldn't be a problem. But right off the bat, you already showing crazy. I'm like, okay, well, that's something that I probably would do. So, me not, like, you know, all the way X him out the potential dating pool, right? So I'm like, all right. I end up telling him, I'm like, okay, well, this is where I'll be at day 2, blah, 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 blah. Here's the, like, area. So, like I told y'all, he was like, something about me being amazing. And I'm like, well, how am I amazing? This is day 1. He was like, sorry, I know I'm a little all over the place. But he was like, you're amazing. And I'm like, how? So he was like, I'll tell you tomorrow. I'm like, okay. So to me, that's the intent of like, oh yeah, I'm going to come visit you. We're going to chop it up in person. Blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, okay, whatever. Like, you telling me I'm amazing, that it has to wait till tomorrow? That is, like, what kind of games are you playing? You sound like a kid, but whatever. That's because he is. So I didn't really say nothing about too much else because he was kind of like skipping over all the things that I was asking. Like, I was asking him stuff about him. He really wasn't saying nothing. He was asking me stuff about me. So it's just like, you're deliberately ignoring what I'm saying. I'm carrying the conversation. So what I decided to do day 2, I seen him where I was going to be at when I got there. And I said, hopefully I'll see you today. Baby boy never showed up. Then had the audacity to say, I wish you would have let me walk you to your car. Sir, if you wanted to walk me to my car, you would have been able to walk me to my car. You decided not to walk me to my car. That's not on me. That's on you. First thing. Okay. then it's like he never comes to visit, which is not a problem for me, because if you want to see me, you're going to come to me. I'm not about to, you know, and he's like, oh, I don't get a lunch break and da-da-da-da. Like, I'm not able to, you know, like, come because it was the market. Like I said, he was literally in the area where he worked. And he's like, oh, I can't, like, we don't really get breaks. Now, mind you, the reason why that's also a red flag is because he told me he was a manager over something, and I'm not gonna like get into it officially. And so the fact that like for the type of job he told me he had and that he was a manager, you are allowed to have a break. Even if you was like a regular associate, you get a hour lunch, you get a 15-minute something. The fact that you couldn't even take out time to come visit me, but you were in the DM trying to talk to me. First you're telling me it's a custom order. Now you're saying you want to talk to me. Then you being dry. I'm carrying the conversation. Girl, I was like, it's okay. Then after the event, he never comes, like I said. And then he's like, oh, I really want to get to know you. Left on red. Goodbye. The dating pool, trash. Okay? Trash. I'm just like, these dudes will really sit here and try to pursue you and then think the bare minimum is going to actually work. And the only reason why like I kept talking to him is because I'm like, maybe he's nervous, maybe this, maybe that. Like, people, I'm very bubbly, and I'm very bubbly, so sometimes in the DM, people's personalities don't always like pop out at you. Mine does. Like, the way I talk and the way I text are one and the same 9 times out of 10. Most people are not like that, which to me is so weird and crazy, because now I gotta make excuses for you when we're messaging because you're being dry, but it's you being nervous. So it's just a whole thing. So that's why I was like, okay, I'm gonna give him a chance, da-da-da-da. I even called him out. I'm like, you don't like talking about yourself, da-da-da-da. He's like, no, that's not it. We could talk tomorrow. But then we never talk tomorrow. You never show up. So at that point, you have about a day. And if you don't show me that you're actually serious and you are genuine with what you're saying, goodbye. And that's what happened. So that's been my dating life, I guess, for that little small snippet of everything. Like, other than him, I've really been chilling. I haven't really, like, when somebody try to talk to me, I'll be like, oh no, it's okay, like, you know, I'm celibate, da 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 da. Usually they'll run, and I'll be like, thank God, good, because you ain't for me anyway. And so that's kind of been that on that, and that's how that story worked out, which was hilarious to me. But it wasn't the first time, probably won't be the last. But the man the Lord had for me, baby, I already know he on the way, so I'm not even worried. I'm not trying to deal with no bums. I need my man to come rescue me in these streets. This is one thing that I forgot to mention. I was literally ready to like quit being a business owner. I was just like, it's okay. This is not for me. Like, the first market day, I was like, oh my goodness. Like, this is amazing. But when I got home, baby, I was ready to quit. And so, which I talked about this in the market vlog too. But some of the stuff I'm about to say, I didn't say then. But I just felt like crappy. You know what I mean? And then some things happened at like my 9 to 5, and I was just like, yeah, Vivian, you need to get in your bag. You need to get on your Zoom. Like, you out here working for these other people. You have a business. Your audience, your first audience is in love with your stuff, and you're sitting here talking about you don't want to do it. You don't want to do it, and so you want to work for somebody else? No. So I really was like grateful for the things that I've experienced lately, because it helped me see that the better decision is to work for myself. The better decision is to be an entrepreneur, to be to be a lifestyle influencer, to like create content, because that's what I truly love to do. Like, it just warms my heart to be able to sit here, number 1, look good, number 2, sound good, number 3, smell good. Y'all can't smell me, but you get what I'm saying. And so yeah, like, honestly, I feel like not too much has really gone on. But oh, I mean, yeah, I created a website. My business launched September 1st, and I have yet to like make a sale online, which is crazy to me. But I have not like posted for real, so I'm gonna definitely be posting on my business TikTok, which I'll probably leave up here. So make sure y'all follow me. Please consider subscribing, because it really has a huge impact. Like, y'all have no idea. You have no idea. Like, none. Like, zero idea of how much of an impact you have by literally liking a video, commenting, and sharing and subscribing. That, I can't get into it for real, but on a mental level, y'all are helping me achieve something that is going to help push me in the direction that I need to be in and stay in for my mental health and my physical health. And I'm just so grateful to have the platform, and I'm so grateful to like learn all these new skill sets. Like, this freaking hat is so cute. Like, and I really decided to, I was thinking about like creating a like upcycle like account or something, but like where I sell upcycled clothes that I've made. So like this is like a lettuce hem bucket hat, got it from the Goodwill. And then I have like a shirt, I think I got a picture of it, let me show y'all. But then I made this shirt, it's like backwards because of the picture, but I made this shirt and it has like zigzag, I don't know how to explain it, but it's like the cutest thing ever. I just want to make little stuff like that for people because it's hard out here being a bigger woman, girl. I know I want to be fashionable too, sweets. Like, it's a lot, and they don't be having your size. So it's just like, girl, let me just do it myself. But yeah, y'all, hope y'all enjoyed this video. Hopefully it wasn't too long. I'm trying to think of like what else I could talk about, because I don't really feel like I have anything else to say, honestly. But all I know is my makeup is eating. That's what I could tell you. Did I tell y'all I'm doing Vlogvember? Yes, I did. My birthday is coming up. I'm really excited about that. Stay tuned for that because I have a million videos coming. Trust. Your girl is out. Thank you guys so much for liking, commenting, and subscribing. And I am so appreciative of each and every one of you who always tune in and holler at your girl. Yeah, that's really it. And I hope you guys have a happy day or night, whatever day it is, whatever night it is. And I will see y'all definitely soon. Bye.